Today we're here with two train experts and we're going to get their thoughts on trains. So what is your guys' names?
I'm Russell.
And I'm Tucker.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So what do you guys see the future of trains?
I really see it moving in a positive direction where you're going to see more trains, less vehicles on the road, especially with what just went through. That was what we call IO44. It's intermodal. And so we had just discussed off a film that the train that just went through had maybe 30 cars on it, double stack boxes, that if you think about it, that represents, each one of those boxes represents a truck that's not on the road. So we had one locomotive pulling 30 cars through, and that brings the carbon footprint down a lot from where you don't have that congestion on the roads and you don't have that many trucks out there putting pollution into the air. So I think that freight is going to pick up here, especially recently. You've had mergers trying to go through with the Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern. They're trying to bring everything transcontinental. And now you've also got hopefully a partnership going to happen here with CSX and with BNSF, where they will share responsibilities on the rail with intermodal, bringing stuff across the country as well. So
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So how much more effective would you consider train transportation versus truck transportation?
I think it's a lot quicker because when you think about it, trains have the right of way. So trucks get stuck in traffic. They get stuck in
red
lights, and you have downtime because each one of those truckers has to be off the road with a downtime for a certain amount of time for the regulations. The same as with the engineers. They've got to have 10 hours of undisturbed rest. But like I said, one train pulling 80 cars with a double stack of intermodal, that's trucks that aren't on the road. So I think it's a lot more efficient mode of transportation for the moving of commerce.
Cool. If you could give a quick background on your train experience and how you got to where you are today.
Okay, so I've been doing this for about 40 years, and I'm 50 now. I started out, with tabletop trains. I played with my dad's Lionel trains, and spent a lot of time up in Northeast Corridor. On summers, we'd go on excursion trains, and then I got into the hobby of what they call grand scale railroading, which we have in Largo Central. We have a 7.5-inch gauge train that we pull public around through, and you'll see them in theme parks, and Walt Disney World has theirs. That's actually how they got into the sorry.
You're good. I love how his ringtone is a train noise.
Let me pause this. Sorry about that.
You're good.
So Walt Disney actually got into the whole thing with the trains at Walt Disney World. He started out with the 7.5-inch in his front yard as well, the Carrollwood train that he had in California, and his love of trains started there. So, I mean, that's kind of where I went, and I hope to in the future maybe work for CSX or another railroad, whatever should come down the road.
CSX, if you're watching this, give this man a job. Like, this guy loves trains. You guys want a person that loves trains to work on your train stuff, right? So this is a guy.
So, and I do have an industrial background. I've worked in phosphate, and I've worked in steel industry, and they use a lot of railroad to move their product around. We use railroad to move, for instance, from the Bone Valley into the port. We have the phosphate companies move their rock around. So, you have anything to say? Add on to that?
No,
No?
not really.
Okay.
You've got it all.
Oh, cool. Thank you guys so much.
I hope that helped.
Yeah, CSX, everybody tag CSX so we can get Russell his dream job, all right? Let's do this thing, all right? Thank you guys so much, and I appreciate your time.
Passenger service as well. That is also
Amtrak.
taking off. Amtrak is our national rail service. Canada has the Via Rail, but they basically are now celebrating 50 years of service. They started in 1971, and they basically acquired a lot of these other railroads you hear about, like Pennsylvania, New York Central. Conrail used to have a passenger service, and my father worked for them doing overhead electric up in the Northeast Corridor for the catenaries, but now they went to the strictly freight, and then that's where Amtrak bought out the passenger side of the rail service, and CSX and some of these other places that you have, Norfolk Southern, BNSF, they all bought out these smaller rails, like BNSF bought out Burlington Northern and Santa Fe. They merged those together. That's where you get BNSF from. Norfolk Southern acquired Conrail. They got New York Central, the Pennsylvania Railroad, and then you also had the Penn Central and Southern, and then CSX. You'll see sometimes they have heritage units that go through that celebrate their heritage as well. They bought, the Atlantic Coastline. They bought Seaboard Coastline, the Family Services. They have New York Central as well.
Seaboard System.
Seaboard System. So in Plant City right now, we have this rail that runs into Lakeland is actually the old A line, or the Atlantic Coastline, and then the one that crosses it at the Diamond is the old Seaboard and Coastline, and they all go into Tampa. They run parallel into Tampa Yeoman Yard, but so they're still using the old infrastructure. And so the passenger service is now, we had talked about this off camera about high-speed rail. You've got Brightline, which right now is going from Orlando to Miami. There is a talk now about moving them into Tampa, maybe even further, and it's a 5-year plan. So we've already started to see that start to roll, that ball rolling, and they've got the infrastructure starting to go in. So I think in another 5 years we'll see that coming through Tampa as well.
Also in the Northeast Corridor, they have the Amtrak Acela, which
Right.
they just unveiled the Amtrak Vela, the next gen Acela, which is like a high-speed train, and they got it up to 160 miles per hour up there, so yeah.
Very cool. Incredible. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up the interview?
Not that I can think of. So,
I think I'm good.
do you have any other things to?
Where can people find you guys?
Well, he's on YouTube, and he's at
CSX RailFan. CSX
underscore
RailFan.
And then mine is Conrail Red 9504. And so we're on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram. I'm trying to remember what my handle is there. I believe it's the same handle as what I have for YouTube.
Okay. I'll tag
And
everything there
you
too.
You can find some of his videos and my pictures, and so we've enjoyed talking with you.
Likewise, Russell. Thank you guys very much. Well, that's a wrap.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope it comes out good. And
Yeah.
we'll have to check it out.
So I can